This just looks like the incinerator scene from Portal 2.
I'm here.
Well, that was
Okay,
objectively easy.
Shodan's saying thanks.
Struggled, but I never had any intention of destroying the Von Braun. The Von Braun's faster-than-light drive can be used to create pockets of proto-reality.
I am now using it to modify reality to my
Own specifications. The process shall not take long. If it sounds unpleasant to you, put your mind at ease, insect. You will not survive to see my new world order.
Okay, so essentially what she just said there was, she did have no intention. Well, she said thank you for destroying the many, but she had no intentions of ever blowing up the Von Braun because its faster than light drives will allow her to alter reality as we know it. And now she plans on doing that. But if we're worried about it, we shouldn't care because we're not going to live to see it. So she's officially turned on us.
The obvious. Also,
Where am I?
Thinking Shodan was the good guy.
Yep, so she's turned evil officially, and she wants us dead. Oh, and she's not going to give us any more modules.
I imagined. Oh, you did so good killing me. Here's 50 modules.
That's what I was kind of hoping for.
You make me sick. Here's another 12.
What Shodan taketh, giveth, she can take it.
Wait, why was that audio log floating?
I
Where's the logic?
don't know. Hold on.
I decided to...
If you are receiving this, I am already dead. When I realized Shodan had betrayed me, I integrated these comments into her primary data loop. Shodan has exploited the warping capability of the Von Braun's faster-than-light device for her own purposes. The device works by altering space around the ship to fairly arbitrary specifications. Shodan has altered it to her specifications. The effect is rather small now, but spreads with alarming speed. Soon it will reach Earth. You are in her world now, her memories, and her rules. Watch your back.
Oh, so we're in the database. We're like in Shodan's reality.
Lol.
This is honestly not what I was expecting. I
Yeah.
figured she'd do some renovate. Ah, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how this works, but I guess this makes up for the lack of cyber running.
Yeah.
You are not alone here. Shodan has spawned her own versions of the Von Braun's horrors. Remember, they are virtual. They are not real. Do not assume anything about their strengths or weaknesses.
Okay.
It wouldn't be just a simple little parkour trip over to it.
Right. So like I should automatically assume that anything in here can like one-shot kill me. Because why would she make it easy? Well, he died.
None of these are gonna have loot. They're virtual.
Oh, hey! Oh, hey!
Is this
Citadel
this
Station!
the original? Yeah,
This is the first
the
spawning
original.
point.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that too. There's an item there.
Yeah, just like in the original.
This is really cool. They even toned down the textures a little bit, just to give you that feel.
The camera! Yeah, that felt good.
If there's one thing into a good mood right before we end this game, pure nostalgia for the better game.
See, and I'm wanting to say this game probably would have been really good if we had originally done it
played
with
a
single
single
player
player.
like it suggested.
No, yeah, you're right. We're the ones who messed up. We can acknowledge that. But also, the original Citadel Station.
Yeah, this is actually very interesting. But does that mean I have to go through the entirety of the first game to get to
No.
the end?
Clearly it doesn't. And even if it does, we already know the final pass.
This is fair.
It is.
But this is a
1,
nice throwback. I like it.
2, 3,
We're
4,
running low on health.
5.
What? Why are you counting?
That's the final passcode.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, that's the combination of my briefcase.
You don't even own a briefcase.
Ooh, that's good. Ah!
I hear every door you open.
Oh, you don't? You can't hear anything right now. Get wrecked, scrub. Ooh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. This is going swimmingly.
You always ask where am I, but you never ask why.
Why? Please enlighten me.
That would require me to throw on the Japanese kids show song again, and I just...
I don't think you can. Would it be fair if I said I don't know where I'm going? That used to be like an elevator right there. Remember how the first game had really good elevator music?
Yeah,
Times.
I missed it.
It kind of reminded me of the.
It would have been so easy to add into this, and we
Yeah,
could
there
every
were plenty of
elevator anyway.
elevators, but the elevators just didn't change the music.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Would have been so easy to implement too.
Oop, there we go. Got another one from. Alright, what do you have to say this time, lady?
You are
The
near
end.
the seat of Shodan's power. You will probably not be able to defeat her, but there is no choice. Remember to focus on your strengths. She will be vulnerable to your weaponry and your psionic powers. I've been able to introduce some assistance in the form of virtual terminals that you can hack into. They should help you defeat the monster.
Okay, so she's placed terminals around the area, and by hacking into these terminals, we can slowly weaken her. I'm assuming, anyway.
Well, the real question is, you ready for this?
I am so ready for this, but okay.
I am so ready for this that I'm just gonna jump into cyberspace.
Look at that sky. Talk about sky.
Cyber Sky. Where am I? Question mark.
That's just the name of the area. Or the chapter, I guess.
Even the chapter doesn't know where it's going with
It's
this.
just like, what? What a twist. I was not expecting this from the writers.
What a twist! What a twist. Twist.
These, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but like, these things that
You
are
go
floating
too
around.
fast. You go too fast for the
Yeah.
staircase to keep falling off.
Well, that, but like the things that are floating around the area actually do damage to me. Like all these randomly flying objects, they all do damage to me.
I did in fact imagine that's why you were avoiding them.
Well, at first I wasn't sure, but I did in fact clarify it, and it's kind of hard to avoid any of them. Also,
move so
I'm
fast.
just gonna save right here.
What the
I didn't move too fast that time. You do me a sad game. Whoop. Whoop.
Just take it nice and slow. Jump first if you have to.
Whoop. 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 Ah, damn it. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Bonk.
You must understand the stakes here. If Shodan is left to continue, her reality will completely assimilate ours. Space will become cyberspace, and Shodan's whims will become reality.
Yep, we can't let her win. This is true. Oh. Oh.
I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on.
I paused it. Dun-dun-dun. Are you good?
Hold on. Okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, sorry. Apparently Dad left and is now home. Anyway, continuing on.
That's you! Ah, got him.
I don't like you. Shodan's talking, hold on.
Why do you stay when you sense my displeasure? I have suffered your company long enough.
She suffered our company long enough.
It is time for our dance to end.
She wants us to die. Yep, here we go. Okay. So I have to hack into these bad boys? Sure, why don't?
Do not access the system, it says.
I don't think that works. Moving on. Build network down. Nope, don't think that works. That one. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck are you? Get out of here.
Shodan. For some reason, she's looking a little differently than her profile
She's a little
picture.
pale. She's a little pale.
Did she get a haircut the last time we saw her?
I think she's gotten a little bit of a haircut. Oh. 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 Oh.
Well, that was simple.
I don't understand. How could you have done this?
You weren't
Meant to be important. And now
You think to destroy. You think to destroy me.
how dare you, insect?
How dare you interrupt my ascendance? You are nothing.
A wretched bag of flesh
What are you compared
to my magnificence.
but it is
Not too late. Can you not see the value in our friendship? Imagine the powers
I can give
to you, human.
the
Cybernetic implants I gave you were simply toys.
If I desired, I could
The model just isn't good enough to zoom in on.
transform you into
This is the only time it's ever used the model. Like this is the only reason they had to make a player model.
can rule.
And we can
Oh, that in co-op.
together.
Well, yeah, but co-op was.
Stop doing dramatic.
What the fuck? I know you can't hear anything, which probably makes this even better. She's like, that whole conversation was her being like,
Whoa,
how
whoa,
could
did
you
just
ever?
leave the screen? Wait, hold on. That was just her. Wait,
Yeah.
how does an image leave a screen?
Reality broke, but
Questions. Got it.
during that scene, she was going on about like, how could you even think to destroy me? But you don't. Okay, escape pod 0832. Oh, it's voice acted.
We've just received a hail from a crew member on board the Van Braun. They've managed to regain control of the ship. We're we're going to turn around and head back. I'm a little concerned about Rebecca. She's been acting strangely since we've come on board. She's asleep now. Maybe when we get back to the Von Braun, we can...
Tommy, what's the matter, lover? Don't you like my new look?
Okay, before we even discuss this
Wait.
any further, I think
Hold on.
I need you to watch through the
Hold
ending cutscene with the
Hold on.
sound.
Yeah, I'll do that. That last scene,
Uh-huh.
did that allude to her being like an actual, like, real person?
I'm
Because that was
curious
definitely,
how the fuck there hasn't
Wait,
been a
hold on, let
System
me
Shock
watch-
3 yet.
Hold on.
Please watch through the
Hold
final
on!
cutscene. Because essentially, right,
Hold on. I'm gonna, just stop talking. I gotta listen. Oh my god, no!
did you hear what... Did you get to the part where he actually shoots her in the face?
Join me, human, and we will run together. Nah.
Nah. That's what I was laughing about during that. And then she just goes, "Whoa!"
What? That's like at the end of Legend of Zelda, and you make up this epic fight between Ganon and Link, and then Ganon's just like, and I will take the Triforce, and Link's like, nah.
Nah.
Then just
Stabs him in the face.
Like,
It's like if you beat Ganon in
Worst-
Ocarina of Time, and he
worst
sat
epic
there,
last words.
and he sat there, and he was just like, Ganon was just like, "No, you can't kill me. Join me,
Yeah.
and we can rule the galaxy." And Link went, "Nah," and then did the whole stabby thing. Also, I don't know why I went Darth Vader instead of Ganon, but you know.
And doesn't the ending make it seem like Shodan like implanted her into someone else?
Yeah, it seems like Shodan was able to transfer herself to... Okay, at the very beginning of the game, we were running under someone called Rebecca, remember? The voice, the thing Shodan was going under? The name she was
Right.
going under was Rebecca. So, the original lady who probably picked up Shodan from Tao 5, Shodan, like, implanted herself into that woman, and then they ended up using the escape pod to leave, remember? When we got to the escape pod so that we could get the key card for the bridge, 2 people were on the escape pod and tried to leave. That was probably them right there. And so Shodan was able to, like, implant her being onto into this lady and turn her into what we were fighting in the final boss with the, like, you know, Shodan-faced ladies.
Yeah, I guess.
And so this really sets it up to where we could have a System Shock 3 where Shodan actually is immortal. Like, she's human. You know what I mean? Like, a human
But
cyborg hybrid, but...
it's a game we never got.
Yeah, it's a game that's not happened yet.
Well, it's been freaking... System Shock 2 came out in 1999.
Yeah.
It's almost been 20 years.
That doesn't mean anything. Diablo 3.
It's a game we didn't get.
It's a game...
They're remaking System Shock 1, and I guess if that gets popular enough, there's room for a reboot series, but I doubt it's ever going to be the same.
I don't know. They might come up with a third.
Yeah, but
It would be
like
interesting.
I said,
However,
been
would like to
20 years.
point out how anticlimactic that final boss was.
I'm just saying,
I had a
looked
harder
up the-
time killing
I
that
looked-
membrane.
I looked up the 1, yes, 2. I think it was like the final cutscene was a lot more interesting than the boss from the first one, where it was just her face, static face.
Fair.
But I'm just gonna point this out. I looked up System Shock 2 ending cutscene. Every comment when he says "nah," it looks more like a parody rather than the real ending. Nah, 10 out of 10, best ending.
Yes.
Nah, is
Nah.
that the actual delivery? Nah, that amazing one-liner. Nah,
Nah.
he's literally me. Shodan confirmed to have developed a fetish for the pile of meat that has the audacity to try and kill a. Okay, wait.
Nah.
Nah. Nah. Boom. That's such a 90s response for a hero.
It really is. Pow! Right in the kiss up.
Can I just hear that on repeat again? Hold on.
Nah.
Also, really good facial animation in this last cutscene alone.
For Shodan, yeah. She had more facial
Well,
expression
I'm
than
not.
the main character.
She has more face than the main character.
She does. I mean, that's all she is. She's just a face.
They just can't get over his delivery on that line.
Nah. But anywho.
I mean, listen to it with the speed up to 1.5.
I can't do that right now. But,
Nah.
So
Like,
what are your
ridiculous.
thoughts on the game overall? Like, negating the fact that we had to deal with all the bullshit crashes.
I would say
Thoughts
play
on
it in
the game.
single player. This is an amazing sequel. But if you ever try to do the co-op mode, just remember, nah.
Nah. I enjoyed it. When the game was functioning, it was great. And even a few times, like, I'm gonna have a bonus episode right after this that was, like, some of the takes that got cut out because we were trying to get the game functioning again, like, with the tram crash and everything. And so that will be coming right after this. But even while we were having those problems and just trying to get back, we were still having a good time when we were running around and actually doing what the game wanted us to. So, like, if we reloaded and had to go back from, like, the engine core getting up to the tram, we were having a fun time while we were doing that. And then we'd get up to the crash point, and then it screwed it up. So as long as the game was actually functioning, it was a fun time, even if we were replaying through stuff that we had previously gotten through. So the game itself is good. It's a really good game. But holy shit, did those crashes. And I'm surprised, because almost every single thing that I heard about System Shock 1 was, if you like System Shock 1, even if you just barely like it, you know, like, you're like, this could be okay. System Shock 2 would be, like, the is-all, be-all. Every comment about System Shock 1 was, play it if you want the beginning, but System Shock 2 is where it's at. There's no mod fixing the multiplayer? Like, out of everything, as much as the second game was loved out of the first one, I feel like someone might have even modded the first one to be multiplayer before they fixed the the multiplayer for System Shock 2. And I understand that the multiplayer for this game was added in last minute. It was added in last minute in development. It was kind of like they told us to do it kind of thing, you know? Because I read up some of the history on that. But it's honestly kind of ridiculous. I feel like someone, like one fan out there, would have fixed that by now. You know what I mean? Because they have mods for Dark Souls 1 so that you can get into multiplayer the correct way. Like, not to the point where the whole game's multiplayer, but you're able to actually connect to a specific person instead of the randommality of it. So they have mods for Dark Souls 1 to work with the multiplayer, a game that's supposed to be played single player, but you can't fix a game that already has the multiplayer implemented into it, you know? Like, I just felt like there would definitely have been a mod to fix that multiplayer experience, and I'm kind of disappointed that it isn't. But I am looking forward to the reboot, or remake, excuse me, which has been confirmed that it's back on. It's going to be releasing sometime in, did you say 2019 or 2020?
I think it was like, I can't remember. I'll look it up.
I think it was like fall of 2019, so right at 2020. But, you know, I am looking forward to that. And if this reboot or remaster or whatever leads to the second game being remastered as well, and then maybe the third game coming out. I'd be really
Um,
interested in playing through all of them. Maybe not as a Let's Play, but playing through all of them and then playing through the third game when it eventually releases.
in mid-February 2018, Night Dive announced that development of System Shock Remaster was to be canceled, put on hold. Stated that the team had to reassess their vision. They um shifted their views from a remake to a reboot because they strayed too far from the original title and
Okay.
found they needed a larger budget.
Okay, that's
Um,
fair.
Kick opted to put the project on hold, reassigning the team to other
Which a
projects.
reboot might not be so bad, to be honest, because the game is a little outdated. Remaking it with the same system might just
It
not
has
work.
been it has been almost 20 years. Uh, a newly assembled team has restarted the game's development, staying focused on the promises of what they would deliver during the Kickstarter, and they are now looking towards a 2020 release.
Okay. So, like, I would definitely be interested in playing that through that, like I was saying with you.
So
Like,
it looks
maybe
like the
not
System
for
Shock
a recording, but just to play through it again, you know? If it, even if it doesn't have multiplayer, but it's just, it's kind of sad that the multiplayer didn't work out. Like, we got through 90, well, 75% of the game.
You just sort of remembered how long it took you to find all the eggs, and you're like, huh.
I had to reconsider. I was like, that egg hunt. But I did do excellent. But, I would also like to point out, I know you didn't have audio at the time, but after I made the excellent pun, I just re-listened to it because I was editing the files all day. And right after I had made that pun, I went through the door and I think it was Shodan at that point, made the same pun. I'm pretty sure. Like, I'd have to show you the footage, but I kind of found that amusing. But, yeah, overall, the game was good. It's just, it is unfortunate that the multiplayer had to come to a close early on, because we got right to the end of the game. We were at the Rickenbacker. That's what makes it what sucked so bad, and it's unfortunate because I was kind of hoping what I did, because what I went online and I found a save file that was up to the point of the Rickenbacker and was able to download it and get it into the game fine. So I was kind of hoping that maybe there were multiplayer saves online as well, but I just couldn't find any. And I understand because of the way that the system works, it probably wasn't going to be possible.
Right.
But I was
It is what
kind
it
of
is.
hoping maybe we could find one that was maybe on the Rickenbacker and then be able to move on. Like, I could go back and get the cutscene itself, like me going to go kill Kronovac or whatever and going through the portal up to the Rickenbacker, and I could have just done that, but I mean, overall, the game itself was good, and I would go through and play the entire thing again in single player. But
Yeah,
I think
that's
we
fair.
would have had a 10 times better experience had we originally played it in single player like we had with the first game. Granted, I think it would have taken us longer because of the way respawns work. Like, either A, I would have had to save religiously before I found the respawn stations, or um, it would. I feel like we would probably have just about now made it to the 75% point, if that's
Right.
fair. I don't know. We might have beat it by now as well, but overall was a good game, and I'm looking forward to a 3 if it ever releases. So,
Well, let's just see if
one
the
step at a
reboot.
time, right?
Yeah, let's just see if the reboot goes well. Because if the reboot goes well, maybe we'll get a rebooted 3.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
we'd have to get a reboot at the second one, and that's gonna be. We're looking at 2030 by then.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a good few years before we get a 3,
We're
but yeah, you never know. But anywho, thank you all for watching. If you like the series, please like, subscribe, and I will see you all in another video series. I think I'm going from here straight into Alone in the Dark 2, and I'm trying to get all of this loveliness uploaded in the next couple of days. It's currently the 30th, so we'll see what I can do. I might have to run into a little bit of November with my spooky game month stuff, but it was a really good spooky game month while it was working. And I'm looking forward to Spooky Game Month 2019, which Logan has already slated one lovely game on there from the Dreamcast, and I'm looking forward to playing it.
Already slated, huh?
Oh yeah, you showed me that game, and woo boy, it got thrown onto the top of the list. It's right above Dead Space 2, which may or may not be in 2019.
You can go to.
I might go through and just play it just
You
normally.
can go. You could go to the official website, the System Shock Reboot website, and for people who back the game or pledge money, which already is a pretty sketchy offer, considering they've already canceled this game once. But if you do back it, boy, do they already have a ton of merch that they're willing to suggest selling at a later date, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There's a digital Trioptimum employee handbook.
Okay.
Digital soundtrack of System Shock. Then there's
It would have that sweet ass elevator too.
System Shock 1 plus System Shock 2 enhanced editions for $20. You have Press Start to Play sampler book. System Shock steel case. The Big Box Collector's Edition. Art of System Shock. System Shock Citadel Station schematic t-shirt, which actually looks pretty cool. A t-shirt that just has the word insect on it and computer wires that looks like Shodan's face.
I like it. I kind of want it.
A Trioptimum crew pin. Two different a crew pin and a crew patch.
Oh, pin is in a button, not pen.
Not writing utensil. Yeah. So it's interesting that they already have merch planned out.
Yeah, I mean that's
not only just a little bit of merch.
You know, you're not
at least like 20 different items here. Oh well.
Any last words?
I don't know. Nah.